Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Rosebuds. Look who I have with me. I have baby girl. We're going for a quick walk. We are down here at my favorite place, our coast, the beach. So I wanted to walk and talk with y'all, but we actually might find a cute picnic table to sit at and talk with y'all. So, in today's message, I wanted to talk to you guys about forgiving your past selves and the importance of that, and the importance of when you let go of others, there's a version of you that you have to let go of that accepted those people. And I know occasionally it's hard to do that. Wait for him to go by. That is a pretty leaf. But there's a version of you that you also have to let go of as well in order to continue your ascension journey and to continue elevating. And I understand, like, when you are letting go of that old self, you kind of don't want to, or subconsciously don't want to, because that old self like helped protected you from a lot of stuff. But in order to continue having, I wish we could feed the dogs. We should have brought some bread or something. In order to keep your elevation going, it would behoove you to release and let go. And a lot of folks think like letting go is you releasing the people, but sometimes you got to release you and the habits that you acquired when you met those people. And then sometimes you have to, people change. And that's another important reason why it's good for you to release the old version of you that you were. Because people can change um, despite the past. And in order for you to even be able to continue with those people, be it whether you guys have kids or your family, aunts, uncles, whatever. And I'm not saying like people who tried to physically harm you. I'm not talking about people like that. Like people like that, we just leave them alone. Just leave them the fuck alone, honestly. You know? But I'm talking about like you guys literally just couldn't see eye to eye and you had to walk away. You had to walk separate paths. Sometimes the paths can recross. I don't know who this message is for, but clearly somebody needed to hear it. You must be having a recrossment. A recrossment. That's not even a word. That's not a word. But sometimes a retracement. There could be times you have to recross paths. Sometimes it may be for a test. Sometimes it may be because your contracts may not be finished, or sometimes you guys are starting a new contract with better terms and agreements. Oh, and I forgot my spiel. If this is your first time seeing my face, my name is Kimberly Ann. Welcome to the Rose Garden. I make this content and I tell stories and make these videos from perspective of my life and the lessons that I've learned and the healing that I've gone through in my healing journey. And I leave these for my daughters, so then when they go through their trials and tribulations, which I'm praying that I've done enough healing work that they don't have to go through as much as I did. These videos are there for them, so then they have that content to help them make it through what they need to make it through. Okay. Check my description box below. I have my coaching services, my numbers down there, so you can text me if ever you need to. And you can email me as well. And I do have the pricing down there. And then I have the Rose Garden University on school.com, $10 a month. It gives you some courses to help you heal. And don't forget my online book, Reclaiming Your Crown, which actually helps you kind of start unlocking some of those blocks that you have to begin your healing journey. It is a physical workbook as well as on Kindle, but it is like a starter kit to help you start that path. Like if you know that you have a version of you that you really, really, really need to let go, and you just can't seem to let her go, or you can't seem to remove a block to get you to another level, that is the book you want to go to. It is a very small book, but it's very powerful. I would definitely keep it. Um, there are pages in it that you would burn. You'll write stuff down and burn it. I say make copies and then burn it that way. Okay. And just leave that page open for whenever you have to burn something. Okay. But yeah, there's a version of all of us, an old version, as we're crossing over into our newer timelines that you have to let go of in order to manifest the newer timeline, because there's a newer version of you that gets to enjoy that newer timeline. And like I love to say, and my mentor taught me, you cannot put new wine in old wineskin. You have to have new wineskin in order to hold the new wine, or else it goes bad. It goes bad or it leaks out. So now you're wasting it. And when you are starting to have a new vessel, and I can tell you, look at the they mess with the ducks. um, when you are transitioning into your newer self, and I can only say this because it's so funny. My baby girl's here with me, um, and we just had she got new blood put in her body, and the reason, oh Lord, not they mess with the ducks. We was enjoying that. Maybe it's time for somebody to fly away. It's time to fly away, y'all. But yeah. So sometimes I forgot my train of thought. He made me forget my train of thought. But I forgot my train of thought that fast. It's gonna come back to me though. That distracted me. Yeah, you can't put new wine in old wineskin. But oh yeah, my baby got her blood transfusion, so she got new blood for her body. So my daughter was born in 2011. And if anyone is up on the astrology, you know that in 2011, Neptune entered Pisces. So if any of you had Neptune in Pisces, and the houses that people with these house placements for Pisces may have been greatly affected. So you had Pisces second house, I would say Pisces seventh house, eighth house, and I would go as far as to even add the 11th and the 12th in there. The 11th for maybe dealing with manipulative friends and stuff, and the 12th for maybe dealing with watered down belief systems that just really didn't apply. It didn't help you, or didn't. I don't want to say stick to you, or didn't help you, but it didn't resonate with you. Put it that way. Like for me, I have a Pisces second house, and my son is there, so I'm a Pisces sun. So Neptune was in my sign for the last 14 years, and I dealt with a lot of karmic baggage from relationships. Um, and my daughter was the first product of that cycle. Um, and I think it wasn't it? No, it wasn't in retrograde when she came out yet. Yeah, it wasn't in retrograde yet. I don't know if I'm not mistaken. But so it's funny how now Neptune had it entered Aries for a little bit, and then it retrograde back into Pisces coming this October 22nd, and then it's gonna station direct and go back into Aries by about January, between January and February. And my daughter, both my daughter and I, this past weekend, she went through a blood transfusion, and I went through a soul transfusion. So my body has been getting prepared for my higher spirit, or my elevated version of my spirit. So I've been running the course of healing and transmuting and elevating, and now my higher self is ready to come through. And she's ready to embody my current form and transform her into what she needs to continue the journey. And it's so amazing that my daughter had that blood transfusion, because I was able to relate the two. Because when I looked up the spiritual meaning for a blood transfusion, it literally gave her a bypass to a lot of karmic lessons and challenges that she could have possibly had if she had not have gotten it. And then after talking to her father, and her father was like, yeah, well, my family and I have quite a few um, why do bees love us? Look at this bee. It wasn't no bees over here. Um, they have a lot of autoimmune disorders in their family, and his youngest daughter had them, but my baby didn't have them. Praise God. So now with her getting that blood transfusion, she may have possibly been saved from having to deal with that later in life. But a lot of their autoimmune disorders are stress-induced autoimmune disorders. And thank God, my baby might have a good chance at not having to deal with a lot of that. Not to mention she has a mother that believes in eating very healthy foods, not as much processed, and making great choices in foods and vitamins. So, she has a head start at life, you know. And now, with me doing a spiritual integration, um, now I get to bring forth or manifest from my higher self with the spiritual integration that I'm having. Oh my God, please go away. Little bee, shoo, shoo, shoo. It just keep coming near us. Um, So yeah, but in order for my new spirit to be able to integrate, and it's so funny, she got her blood transfusion on 10/10, and I received a lot of downloads, and I got my blood checked as well on 10/10. We went to the lab at the same time, and I got my levels. So my levels were elevated creatinine, lower CO2, and in spiritual terms, your kidneys filter out your emotional trauma and drama. So my human form now has to catch up to all the spiritual work that I've done. And I'm not saying like my elevated creatinine is to be ignored, but if you really think about it, all of the rest of my levels were beautiful. My elevated creatinine is from me basically putting my kidneys in overdrive for all my emotional releases that I've been doing and purging and of emotional wounds, old baggage, everything. And then my lower CO2 is from the breath work that I hadn't done when I had a lot of the emotional stress. And now I'm sending my body through periods of breath work and deep breathing. So now my body has to recalibrate to be able to hold the new and improved spirit of Kim, in so many words. And that's what it's been going through, because all of my other levels were like beautiful. I mean, perfect. Blood glucose, everything. Everything was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So when I was like, why are those only the two levels that are out of whack? Even my cortisol level was perfect. Like, and I just knew that was high, but it wasn't. Like, it was perfect. So yeah, I know this message is for someone to help you go through the necessary changes, cries, purging, whatever. And I don't have my cards today. I'll do cards probably tomorrow. And maybe this message will continue on tomorrow. But also, you need to release the old version of you that magnetize all of those situations, because you have new situations that are going to be coming in. You have some old situations that are going to dial back, and you want to have a newer mind and a newer headspace. So then you're able to make decisions from a very grounded aspect, as well as from a sound mind. But you have to release the old version of you. And I don't know who this for. Like I said, get my book, Reclaiming Your Crown. The link is in the description box below. It is on Amazon.com in paperback as well as on Kindle. My coworker got it on Kindle, and she's like, girl, I've never done so much crying in my life. She's like, but I know I needed it. She was like, I know I needed it. I was like, oh, I'm so glad. So, I've had great testimonies from that book, and I want to be here to help more people, because it's literally the exact same questions I was asking myself and things I was going through just to get myself to where I am now. So I hope this video helps someone. Thank you so much for tuning into the Rose Garden. If you're new here, make sure you hit subscribe, give me a thumbs up, ring my bell so you know when I post. And you all have an amazing Monday, October 13th. This is a very big day. Planetary wise, be mindful of your thoughts, be mindful of your words, and be grateful. Find 13 things to be grateful for today and focus on gratitude. Okay, love you guys. Bye.